Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and fellow participants. I'm Rafael Wattimena, standing here as the first speaker of the affirmative team of the motion. This house would abolish primary school and middle school that groups children by their age and instead group children by their competence and intelligence. The current education system, which largely groups children by age, like how in Indonesia we have elementary school, junior high school, and senior high school, that is largely grouped by age. Quote, you have to be this age to attend this school. I've heard it a lot of times, especially in this era, where people judge other people just because they were too old to attend this school. What I'm saying here that you are never be late for getting a proper education. It is better to be late than nothing at all. It has been placed for centuries. However, it is important to acknowledge that children develop at different rates, and their abilities and interests vary greatly. We believe that it's time for a fundamental shift in how we approach education. So I'm here to explain some of my points. From here, I get some keywords like abolish. Abolish is a fancy word for formally put an end to a system, a practice, or institution. Primary school itself is a school for children from the ages of 5 to 9. Notice how the dictionary itself explains with some age rules. And middle school. Middle school intermediate between elementary and high school, typically for children the 6th, 7th, and 8th class. Competency is the ability to do something successfully or efficiently. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Now that we have heard and know some of the definitions, let's get into the arguments. For my first point is by grouping students based on competence and intelligence rather than age, we can create a more personalized and effective learning environment. This approach allows each child to progress at their own pace, ensuring that they are neither held back or rushed by other of their peers. Furthermore, it promotes a sense of healthy competition and motivation. When students are surrounded by peers who are not at a similar level of the competence, they are more likely to be engaged and motivated to excel. This can lead to better overall education outcome. Second, in our proposed system, assessment and evaluation will play a crucial role in determining a student's placement. This will be done through continuous adaptive testing, evaluation, ensuring that the students are always placed in the appropriate group. This way, we can address the individual needs of every child, whether they require extra services or advanced challenges. For my arguments here, I believe that I've got some questions surrounding my arguments, like what are the advantages of ability grouping? What is an example of ability grouping? And what is exactly ability grouping? To answer that, some of the advantages of ability grouping are the instructions is tailored to students' ability, and students are smaller groups may receive more individual attention. Additionally, gifted students may have a higher achievement when learning alongside the gifted students. One example of ability grouping is second grade classroom that is divided into three groups, labeled advanced, intermediate, and remedial. Instructors tailor their teaching pace and difficulty to the design ability of the group. And why should students be grouped by ability? Proponents of ability grouping points that the idea that the teachers are better to tailor instructions when students group by ability. Additionally, students may be more motivated and willing to participate in learning and when they are alongside the students of similar in the classroom. To support my arguments, I found some research that actually find benefits of grouping. Researchers have found three main benefits. Ability grouping. The first is that ability grouping keeps more advanced students busy. When all students presented with the same material, it is natural for some students to finish it quickly and some to finish it in average amount of time. And some maybe will need to take some extensive period of time to complete the work, to understand their work. With ability grouping, students of all abilities are kept busy doing their respective excitement, allowing those who are having trouble in this particular subject more ability on focus to focus free of distractions, as well as not feeling inferior as their bored classmates show off directly or indirectly that they are already finished. We see when we get an exam and maybe some students have finished at first. We tend to see it as, oh my god, and it really feels that I am not good enough to this exam, and probably that's what makes students feel a lot less more encouraged to learn and actually to be motivated in the learning system. The second benefit is no more teaching to the middle. Traditional classroom settings, which involve teachers focusing their lessons on the perceived average learning ability of the classroom, leaves roughly 2/3 of the students dissatisfied. Why? When the ability grouping is not used, about a third of the class will learn the material quickly and be bored, while another will remain confused and need more attention in order to grasp what is being taught. Of course, if the latter group is then given the needed attention, that puts average students at disadvantage too. However, ability grouping provides a means to keep all students engaged. The third benefit is gifted students in that subjects are challenged. In traditional settings, those who learn the material faster are often left with a period of time that is spent in not increasing their knowledge. There will be not increasing their knowledge. However, ability grouping provides them with ability to use the time to learn subject matter more fully. In fact, many proponents of this method teaching believe that high-achieving children do better if be paired by high-achieving students as well. So both of them can compete against each other to make study outcomes be better. Fortunately, this teaching method has proven to be beneficial for several reasons. However, it is important to use ability grouping in a way that allows students to easily transition between groups due to their progress and performances within their current groups, so that they realize of this method potentials. So I can conclude that if this house would abolish primary and middle school that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence, our proposition believes that moving away from age-based grouping in primary school and middle school in favor of competence and intelligence-based grouping is a progressive step towards a more inclusive, effective, and personalized system. It is time for us to rethink how we nurture the potential of every child. And this motion is a step in the right direction. Thank you, and I truly believe that this motion is beneficial to us.